games. Got me a new Kickstarter in, actually a backer kit in, that I don't think made me have to fill out a backer kit. And that is Blade Rondo, Japanime Games. This one looked very interesting. It is a game where you build your deck before you play the game. Like, man, how does it go? We'll just read it. But it's a little different one, though. The Swords of the Muses await your call. This world abounds with legends. As one of the few remaining Swordians, you have the power to call upon the characters with those legends and wield them in battle as swords. Now the Swordians have been turned into one another, ordered to cut down their comrades and shatter their swords. Your own swords await your command. Give the word, and they will unleash their power without hesitation. Heroes, fiends, princesses, wanderers, witches, spirits, all these and more are born of human imagination. Where do their hearts lie? Perhaps when the dust settles, you'll find the answers you seek. Build a hand of 7 cards to use in a fast-paced, card-based class of swords and sorcery. Play your cards at the right time to maximize their effects. Strategize carefully and watch for your chances to strike to emerge victorious. Face off against beings of legend in a robust solo mode. Okay, solo. Yeah, I can play this. Coming up soon. And it came out in 2017, I guess, in Japan. And this is Dominant Games 2022 copyright for some reason, but it just arrived just a minute, I think in 2024, not long ago, few days ago. All right, yeah, Saturday, matter of fact. Components, 65 cards, 1 rule book, 2 boards, 6 dice, 2 life stones. Game designed by Pawn Stepper Shop. Seems like a lot of Japanese games, they put it's designed as a team versus one guy. A lot of them. All right, but let's see which one we will open today. Not supposed to roll these spin downs, but whatever. So evens, Night Theater, odds, base, Blade Rondo. All right, and we got the odds, so base, Blade Rondo. Yeah, so sounds like you will make a deck from, maybe you shuffle the deck and then you draw 7 cards, build a hand of 7 cards. I don't know how you build the hand. I guess you're making it out of the same deck, maybe. I forget how this goes. All right. Blade Rondo game manual. Are you a Swordian, a human with the ability to manifest the skills and techniques used by characters with legend? A Swordian's manifestations are known as swords, weapons of great power that descend upon the battlefield as the legendary characters themselves. As a bird yearns to soar into the heavens, so too do the swords seek a place to do combat. Answer the call, let them sing out in battle. Alone or outnumbered, you fight on, undaunted. In the shadow of death, you stand unafraid, for you are a Swordian, a sworn defender of the peace. Alright, game overview. Blade Rondo is a fast-paced, card-based clash of swords and sorcery for 1 and 2 players. With 7 chosen swords in hand, face your opponent on the field of battle. Reduce their life to 0 to be declared the winner. To get started, read on to learn the rules for a 2-player game. The additional rules for a solo game are covered later in this rulebook, but don't skip ahead. You'll need to know the basics first. Setting up. Set up your area is shown below. The attribute dice. Place each die in the circle matching its color with the 0 facing up. Alright, so you gotta have special dice for this, zeros. And let's do it since we're doing it. Oh, maybe not, just maybe D10s. Settle. Alright, Lifestone. Place your Lifestone on the space mark 15. 15 life game. Hey, got them life a little too beads, glass beads. It's in. Alright, breath control cards. Place one Enkindle card and one Enamor card face up in front of you. First time players skip to the first battle on page 26 before reading further. Alright, Enkindle and what's his name? Enamor. Put a little tape around this just cause. Because that's my job. That's what I do. Right. Oh. Alright. Enkindle. Enamor. Card quality. Very waxy. Blade Rondo on the back. We are here to serve. Not protect. Boss Hog Outlaws. Alright, shuffle the 40 sword cards, then deal 15 to each player. Yeah, so you make a deck of 7 out of 15. I like that. Shuffle the 40 sword cards and deal 15 to each player, face down. The 10 remaining cards won't be used in this match. Return them to the box without looking at them. Yeah, I love those games like Mind Bug you get, or Epic, where you play off the same deck. 1, 2. Alright, so sword cards. These look just like magical girls. Maybe the magical girls are the swords. These look a little different because these are full arts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Alright, so these 40 magical girls are swords. And what makes them look different than these? Because these have initiatives on them. Enamor, Enkindle, and Enquicken. There's only one Enquicken. Scoot everything up a bit. Alright, so these have initiative. What makes them unique from the sword cards, which are just magical girls with the casting cost. Dripping Dirk, physical attack, secondary. Your opponent gains the following bonded effects. Poison. At the beginning of your turn, lose 1 life. Oh, it sounds so good. Cost 2, magical attack 3. Tribute, you take 3 damage. Tribute is as soon as it. Tribute sounds like an ETB. But looks like there's 2 copies of each sword card. Nice. So 20 unique swords in this base game. Alright, so what did it say? Shuffle the 40 sword cards, then deal 15 to each player. The 10 remaining cards won't be used in this match, so yeah. Choose 7 of your 15 cards to build your hand for the match. The 8 remaining cards won't be used in this match. Return them to the box without showing them to your opponent. Randomly determine which player will go first. The player going second takes the Enquicken card, places it in front of them, and increases their attack to 1. Once both players are ready, the battle can begin. You have 1 additional voltage to spend this turn. I'm guessing they have different backs. Okay, red back, white back. Red, white, and albino. Alright, randomly determined. Alright, turn overview. You and your opponent will alternate taking turns until one of you is victorious. Each turn consists of the following 3 steps. Upkeep. At the beginning of your turn, increase your voltage by 1. Voltage is the green stat. Sounds like your mojo, your energy resource. Voltage can't exceed 9. If your voltage is already 9 at the beginning of your turn, suffer a voltage burst and lose 1 life. Resolve your beginning of turn bonded effects. Bonded sounds like poison and such that you have to deal with at upkeep. Resolve your familiar's beginning of turn effects. See familiar on page 14. Animal helpers. Resolve these in order. If 2 or more of these effects are resolved at the same time, the active player may decide the order in which to resolve them. 2. Actions. Play 1 or more cards from your hand. The total cost of them can't exceed your voltage. So, yeah, you get that much to spend every turn, but you can't exceed your voltage. Okay, how to use a card. Choose a breath control card from your breath control area and a sword card from your hand and place it into your play area. If you chose a gambit card, place it face down, otherwise place it face up. The number in the top left shows how much it costs. Your voltage does not decrease when you play a card. Instead, it serves as to indicate the max total cost you can spend on your turn. All gambit cards have a cost of 1, and Enamour's cost is however much you can choose to play. If you play a card face up, resolve its effect. Okay, we didn't read Enamour. Your defense becomes X. X is the cost you paid to use this card. And in Kindle, your attack increases by 1. Okay, reflect, refrain. Alright, cleanup. At the end of your turn, move all cards. Move all face-up cards with a limited icon in your play area to your discard pile. Okay, limited. Return all other face-up sword cards in play area to your hand. Return all breath control cards in your play area to your breath control area. Your opponent returns all face-down cards in their play area to their hand. And then adjusting attributes and life values. When one of your attributes changes, turn the corresponding die so that the number facing up reflects the new value. When your current life increases or decreases, move your life stone to the appropriate space. And attributes have a max value of 9, and life has a max value of 15. However, some sword cards have effects that allow you to temporarily exceed your max attack or defense values. Should this happen, don't adjust the attribute dice. I take it these are breath control cards. Reality's imperfections are ours to control. Blade Rondo. Don't see where these say breath controls, so I guess they're not. Physical attack, magical attack. Magical attack is blue, physical red. Are these breath control? Nope. Gain 3 life. Response is purple. I don't know. Alright, card overview. Card name, cost, limited icon. Discarded if they are in a player's play area at the end of the turn. Discipline symbol indicates which discipline this card belongs to. Effect, flavor text. Card disciplines. These cards and actions in the game are divided into 5 disciplines. When a card's discipline does not affect how it's played, it shows a kind of effect it's likely to have. Magical assist cards provide a variety of beneficial effects such as restoring life or increasing your attributes. Some will even let you summon familiars to aid you in battle. Gambit cards have effects that allow you to react to your opponent's actions. Instance. Breath control. Okay, the black. These cards are kept in your breath control area and are used to increase your attributes. You'll always have a copy of Enkindle. Both of these are. And Enamor. The player going second will also have access to Enkindle. So these are the breath controls. Alright. Those three. Effect keywords. Physical, deal damage to your opponent equal to the attack attribute of that or an attacking familiar minus your opponent's defense attribute. Let's go ahead and highlight that. Minus your opponent's defense attribute. Deal X damage to your opponent. That's magic. Summon familiar name. When you play this card, place it face up in your set area as a familiar with the name and attributes and effects described on the card. Although cards with this effect have a limited icon, do not discard them at the end of the turn. Use the familiar's attack attribute when it performs a physical attack. Described on the card. Although cards with this effect have a limited icon, don't discard them at the end of the turn. Familiar stay out there. Alright, response. When you play this card, place it in your play area face down. At the end of your turn, it doesn't return to your hand, nor is it discarded. During your opponent's turn, if they perform an action with a discipline symbol that matches one of the symbols listed to the right of the response keyword on your face down Gambit card, you may choose to turn your Gambit card face up and resolve its effect. When using more than one Gambit card in response to an opponent's action, turn your Gambit cards face up and resolve their effects one at a time in the order of your choosing. At the end of your opponent's turn, discard any Gambit cards you used, return Gambit cards that you didn't use, and blah blah blah. Return Gambit cards that you didn't use and are still face down to your hand. Secondary. If this card's effects deal at least one damage to your opponent, resolve this effect. Tribute. Dealt at least one damage. Tribute. ETB. Into the battlefield. Bonded. Play this card normally. If its bonded effect is resolved, place it in the specified player set area. That player gains the effect described on this card for as long as it remains in their set area. Although cards with bonded effects have a limited icon, don't discard them at the end of the turn. Bonded effects are not considered actions and can't be responded to. Alright, whatever that means. Glossary. U, familiar, action, attack, negate, ignore, take, deal damage, respond, revive, detail rules, hand, attributes, damage, response, using cards, cards with bonded or summon effects. Okay. And only 19 minutes. Let's keep on. The World of Muses. You open your eyes and find yourself alone in a story. The story of the betrayal of the Muses. Embodiments of thought who dwell within legends. As a Swordian, you know the Muses to be allies who can influence the world in the forms of swords. Even so, you must now challenge these powerful beings in order to avert a tragic fate. Fortunately, you can still call upon your trusted swords from your own world. You can also receive aid from other Swordians whom you encounter in this story. However, you can only do so a handful of times, and the precise nature Nature of this aid is determined by chance. Setting up a solo game. Set up your area as described on page 5. Place the second attribute board opposite yours facing you. All right, let's do it. Yeah, you know what? We'll call the video here, and then I'll try to start a gameplay next vid. Yo Games, like, comment, subscribe. West Side. Tupac says it's the best side.